Hello, fans, and welcome to the Piland Show. Now, there's a few things I want to get off my chest today. I was thinking of interviewing Morgan Shutters, but I don't think it's a good idea. Because she's got enough on her mind, just like I've got enough on my mind as it is. For those of you who haven't heard yet, I recently started my new job at Subway. I'm not going to discuss which location on my episodes because I don't think that's right, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Before I started this show, I did work at Subway. Now, something else I want to talk to you about today. Well, I never thought that a restaurant would be following me on Twitter. I'm used to people who do actually report the news. If they wanted to follow me on Twitter, that's fine, but why a restaurant? And what's going on with that? At the end of the show, I'll tell you what the name of the restaurant is. And you remember that dad that shot his daughter's laptop over a rant on Facebook? Well, she is grounded, but the dad has also taken responsibility for his part because the Child Protective Services were called on him as well. Although, it's very unlikely that he'll be facing criminal charges, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think that's what's going to happen to him at any point given. Which doesn't make sense. If it's yours, why are you not allowed to destroy it? You know? It's yours for that person. You have to take away privileges at some point. The excuse I heard was, well, I tried that and she still didn't listen. I'm not buying a word of it. You gotta do it more often. You can't just do it one time and call it done. You got to do it more often. Because once is not enough. You gotta do it more often. But you also gotta change tactics too. Don't threaten to shoot something and don't threaten to stab them. It's not gonna cut it. All you're doing is wasting your breath. And one of my fans, even they can't understand why they do what they do. See, me, I call it a bad case of bad parenting and a terrible father-daughter relationship because obviously the dad isn't really doing a good job getting through to her until after the fact. If you're going to do something and punish them, don't post it on YouTube. It's not going to do you any good. All you're doing is getting fans for the wrong reasons. Although I understand some people may support him for what he's doing, but then there are those that are against it, just like me. But seriously, I don't recommend posting that on YouTube, ever. Now, we all have something to think about. And when we do something to earn the privilege to want to do something, we got to get it done. Now, oh, excuse me. I did not see that coming. Now, a lot of us would think about doing something more towards this way. I say let's go in that way. Because I know it's going to work. I just know it. I feel it. And what is the deal with Abilene Reporter News charging a $2 fee to look at the TV guide? What's that all about? Why do that when you can get Sunland cable? Come on. There's no need to do this. All you're doing is paying for something that isn't necessary. For just $2? Come on. It's not going to do you any good when you can save those $2 for later. Now, there's a fire had happened recently in Abilene at a building that was historical, but it's been taken down for safety purposes. They took the building down. It was supposed to be an apartment complex, but apparently that never happened. Supposedly the owner was asleep on the job. Either that or the owner just didn't have enough money to fulfill his promises. When you say you're going to do something, save money for it first. And then you can do it. Maybe that's the reason why some of us today may not always have a place to live, because of stuff like that. I'll tell you about the name of the restaurant that followed me on Twitter when we come back. Stay with us. There was some damage done to the 9 News station out in Colorado at KUSA in Denver. Windy weather has caused the 9 News logo to be almost destroyed. In the NBC logo part, there were no colors. I'll leave you with the pictures at the end of the show as well. But in the meantime, I want to tell you about a restaurant that was following me on Twitter for the past few weeks. Although I can't go out to eat there, but I at least know that it's in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and it's a restaurant called Can't Stop Smoking. It's a barbecue restaurant. Now, I'm hoping that I can have the manager as a guest, so please be prepared for that. Now, I was thinking about interviewing Morgan Shutters, but something told me, you know what? She and I both have a lot on our minds, so it's best that we leave each other alone. So I'm not going to even bother worrying about it. Now, for those of you who haven't heard yet, I got myself a job at the subway on Industrial. Although, if you watch my show, you don't have to mention that you watch the show. I don't recommend that you do that because you know how things are. And some things have to be kept a secret. It's not a bad thing, it's just something we all have to think about. I may not be advertising Subway, but to prevent others from thinking I'm advertising Subway, I'd rather that the people I work with only know about the show if they want to. In other words, they would have to ask about it at least. It's better that way. And do I have to tell the customers about it? No. I don't have to. If it's somebody I know, I could probably tell them that, but that doesn't mean I have to. And we all have something to learn. We all do. It's not just me. And it's not just my fans either. It's about a whole team of people willing to work together as a team. And it's not just at work, it's anywhere you go. It could be a baseball game, it could be a game of golf. There are golf teams too. We may not know about it, but there are golf teams. A golf team is someone who takes turns with a shot and knows what they're doing. And still is willing to make a good score.
If you want to know why I look a little different than usual, it's because I got myself a new chair. The chair that I've been sitting on is a little different than this one. So I may be closer to the left. You'll excuse me, I'd better move. You'll still see me in so many ways. Now, the good news is Kyle Dyer at 9 News also, who was bitten in the face, is recovering and wants to thank those that watch 9 News for all the support that she was given during that time. We've all learned about dog safety since then. Most of us have, including the owner who was interviewed by Kyle. Now, I'm going to leave you with the pictures of the 9 News logo that was destroyed by the wind. So long, everybody.